Hey guys, Lovey Freeman here again. Today we are continuing our Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich mod campaign as the Red Menace. So last episode we started reconstruction, we sent some volunteers out, we were able to help a Baharadia commune over here clean up in India, which is, that's good for us. We're hoping to farm some traits here on Smedley Butler. Use him as our main general, maybe, we'll see. Or maybe we want to use James Patrick Murphy, maybe we should go for a flip. I don't know. But Smedley already has Adaptable, and he's getting close to Trickster, and he's getting close to Hill Fighter, which would give us Improv Expert, which would make him pretty good. I think he's also getting pretty close to Panzer Expert here too. Panzer Leader 62%, I don't know, but that one's like pretty easy to get just by playing with tanks. We've also got some volunteers over here for Union of Britain. Maybe we should send these guys over to the mainland, but I'm thinking maybe we just park ourselves over here in Union of Britain, and that way if, Dominion Canada did have a landing over here, and we're able to kick them out. So it looks like the Internationale is having a bit of a rougher time. Russia looks like is pushing in now, and they're, I think originally Germany had pushed them back even a little bit, but Russia is starting to push in, so, whatever, fair enough. Fair enough, we got some free factories, so we'll start building some more militaries. I think New York was probably a mistake not seeing that earlier. That had plus 100. There's also Louisiana, plus 100. Maryland's also going to be plus 100. So we have like a lot of good places to build. No, what am I doing over here? There's 100 right there with like a couple slots. What is Pennsylvania at right now? 80. Drop that down a bit. Alright, so let's keep on going over here. So I will roll. Once we finish reconstruction, I'll roll and we'll see what foreign policy we'd like to take. I'm not sure what that event was about. Something about Federation. I'm not sure if that was related to us or not. I just kind of reflex click that. Sure, let's keep on rebuilding our country. Even like push that. Let's not though. And there's no advantage in sitting in that tile. This is a plains tile, so like we don't want to sit in that. We could like the trait we're working on is Hill Fighter. So like we want to find a hill so we could push maybe over here. Whereas like as soon as we leave, they decide they want to attack. So we will sit in Metz again. Is this a hill tile too? I think it is. So that's great. Indian Revolution Committee. The native people of America have long been mistreated by the old capitalist government. Through the Bureau of Indian Affairs, they stole their land from them to turn a profit. Now that we have done away with the old Bureau government, we can address the issue of the Indians. Thus, the Indian Revolution Committee has been created. The IRC will work with the local tribes and communities about how to handle the abuses that the Bureau government committed and how the revolution and its ideals can be implemented within their territory. Revolution has come to the Native Americans. Alright, so we've decrypted Canada. Start working on Germany. I'm working on anti-partisan right now, so we don't need another upgrade. World of Tomorrow. I think there's some science fiction authors or whatever. They think socialism has a place in the future. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it does in this timeline. And maybe our best bet is just to sit in that tile. Let the AI grind us. We'll fight the longest terrorists. Looks like they're pushing again over here. Yeah, radio detection. We'll keep on working on our radar attack, I guess. We'll go 1-1. So yeah, I think infiltrated their army then. Yes, we did. Keep on doing that, I guess. Looks like Canada is starting to line up against us over here. You guys all be this over here. We need anti-air still. You know, I guess that's okay. Sure, we cover our border just in case Canada has any delusions about trying to attack us there. That, and let's see here. I don't know. Infantry expert seems like division attack is pretty good. Let's pick that up, I guess. For field marshal. Go with the Mitten Wolf. I'm going to exercise those guys too. That's probably fine. Anthem for the New America. Let's see here. Congress is debating what tune should become the official anthem of the Commonwealth of America. Several songs have quickly become the candidates of debate, I guess. The question is, which shall be voted on to become the official anthem of America? We'll roll there. We've rolled a 5. So it'll be This Land Is Your Land. We'll try sitting on this tile for a bit. Like we're not even in the fight. That's a hills tile. Let's again. Like I think maybe we just go over here. We'll do Emancipation for All, I guess, sure. Travel in America. With the revolution over, reconstruction underway, a debate over the future of travel has come up. Automotive unions believe that cars will be the perfect vehicle for New America, a symbol of the freedom that Americans fought for. However, the train unions contest this claim and believe that America should invest in trains as a way to help connect all the towns and cities. Who shall Congress support? We'll give it a roll. We've rolled a 2, so it will be support the automotive unions. Improve the anti-air upgrade. Get that last anti-air attack, I guess. Hellfighter 77%. Amtrax. How are we on Amtrax? We have 1,200 Amtrax. I guess it's not too bad. We got 92 SPAA. Which we might actually want to put into our medium tank units. Ooh, see, they can pierce us now that we have the anti-air in there. That's not good. It's not good. Are these units mostly the, yeah, these are even almost mostly M9s. They can still pierce us, so like that's an issue. It's like maybe our strength might have something to do with that as well, but like we're borderline. Our armor bonus is borderline there. Not where you want to be. Duckyards. Yeah, I think we'll just still build destroyers until we have our researched light cruiser ready to go. %81 on Hillfighter. That's a forest tile. Not quite what we're looking for, and we're missing manpower. Let's click off one of those guys. Alright, and we are done with demobilizing, it looks like, so we can we stock back up there. Alright, now that we have the SPAA, we are shooting down a considerable number of their casts. You're 83% to Hillfighter. Call that attack off. No, that's great too, actually. If they want to attack us, we're sitting in this tile, that's fine with me. Modern cruiser, still ways off. Damage control, maybe we should start working on our air doctrine as well. Go for strategic destruction. Alright, emancipation for all. Let's see. Do decentralized planning, it'll help a little bit with the economic devastation. It looks like we just have only a little bit more to go to kill the loyalist terrorists. Do you want stability? Come down here for industrial unionism too. Get factory output. Let's deal with that one national spirit first, I guess. You know, that is pretty bad though. Efficiency cap and factory output. And social revolution. One more will clear social revolution. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do equality for all. It'll also not be bad to sit in that one, sit back in Metz maybe. I don't know, I kind of feel like they're probably going to give up the attack as soon as we show up though. Or at least as soon as we start getting into the actual fight. Or not. Yeah, great. They grind into us. It's beautiful. Tessimetric radar. And let's go with the growth, I guess. Oh wait, no, that's not even a free research slot. This is a free research slot. Do you want to do that, or do you want to continue our radar? Let's continue our radar, actually. Education Revolution. Notable professor out of the Johns Hopkins University by the name of John Dewey has been appointed Secretary of Education. In Dewey's eyes, the purpose of education should not revolve around the acquisition of a predetermined set of skills, but rather the realization of one's full potential and the ability to use those skills for the greater good. In particular, he emphasized that schooling must include hands-on learning, famously stating, "If knowledge comes from the impressions made upon us by natural objects, it is impossible to procure knowledge without the use of objects which impress the mind." Dewey's detractors, notably the Catholic Workers' Movement, claim his politics are antagonistic to religious education. Ultimately, Elizabeth Gurley Flynn has decided to endorse Dewey's reforms. It's a new generation. We don't even get a choice there. Yeah, so we'll get rid of that soon. Redistributing corporate wealth. One of the few things Reed had agreed with the villainous Long on is wealth redistribution. Reed's wartime rationing has given way to peacetime legislation to prevent the robber baronies he had fought all his life. This is enacted in the form of his final wishes to Congress, the expropriation of all assets owned by a single person in excess of $10 million USD. Elizabeth Gurley Flynn has taken this one step further to decry the idea of corporations and has threatened to declare the legal concept of corporations to be illegal. The very next day, the Senate offices were inundated with hundreds, if not thousands, of formal requests to dissolve corporations into their component businesses and applications for new consortiums in the same breath. It is obvious to Elizabeth Gurley Flynn that this is just a ploy for the robber barons to hide their business practices from the government, and has ordered a moratorium on reclassification until wealth redistribution is over. You don't get away that easy. There, Idiot and Hellfighter. Let's not actually take that tile, though. We might want to grind it later. Let's keep on building up our military industry. Where should we go next? No. We've got lots more over here. I guess we probably just cored that. Yeah. And Canada has a decent amount of stuff, it looks like. I mean, not enough to like really contest us. We could probably just battle plan Canada, to be honest. What we want to do now, I think we go to extensive conscription. It'll give us actual manpower. Yay. Picked that up. Let's start working maybe on artillery. Or let's go for the efficiency growth. Because we got quite a few factories on that. Let's go for ourselves that. We probably want some more on anti-air. And let's maybe start working on mechanized. You don't want to build too many Amtraks because the Air Special Force is capped, of course. Or we might actually want to start building planes too. Sell some Warhawks. You got pretty thick industry. Here again. 89 to Hellfighter. $91. Stop that. So some more military factories. There's some 70s over here we can build. And 70 over here. Revisit and remember American heroes. Land redistribution clashes with local warlords. From the mansions of the Rockefeller, the Morgans, the Carnegies, and the Vanderbilts, to the sharecroppers who run company stores, the land of the United States still belongs to the capitalists. The worst example being Murphy Ranch out in California, which was a hive of silver-shirt activity during the war and took months to starve out by our forces. It has been decided by Congress to exercise expropriation on these estates. Many of the southern and western estates have been given over to the local communes and established as a public housing for the people. As expected, civilian armed resistance has cost us some lives, but few would have expected our own Red Guard to be ineffective at expropriation. One particular tough nut to crack was in Montana, where the initial militia sent in turned traitor and held on to a large estate for its warlord owner for 8 months before our Red Guard were forced to intervene. The program seems to be working, however, so there's no reason to reconsider. Who would have thought? Warlords. I don't know, maybe if we sit in that tile, they'll grind us. Let's find out. The rise of women-only unions. That sounds very sexist. Since the revolution, more and more women are entering into politics and technical fields. While in certain states, the transition to women's liberation has gone smoothly. In other places, the wave is impeded. A national poll has shown the number of women's-only unions have quadrupled in the past year. We interviewed these women-only unions, claim persistent systematic discrimination in the fields of science and civil service. In the aftermath of this release, the planned Women's Caucus was cancelled as the nation begins to debate the ethical application of women's liberation. Elizabeth Gurley Flynn has settled the debate by decrying both women's-only unions and the systematic discrimination, arguing that there are people to blame on both sides for discrimination. Oof. Wow, it's actually pretty based for Elizabeth Gurley Flynn to do that. I am surprised. The revolutionary man and women are equals. I would have thought for sure they would have had Elizabeth Gurley Flynn doing some radical feminist bullshit and supporting women-only unions. Although I suppose the game never claimed that she was supposed to be radical feminist. I'm not really familiar with the character, so maybe that's not out of character for her, and that would be expected. Ooh, nice overruns there. 94% to Hillfighter, and we are still 84% on Trickster, which is a bit sad. Getting a terrain trade and not having Trickster is a little bit, that's not what you're looking for. I wonder if we had a different president, if we would have options to pick in those, or if it would just tell us like your choice, or if it was just like your choice of president determines, and like that's it. Looks like Argentina has joined the Reichspakt. They have killed a nationalist Chile. It's like maybe we should go for like a Neo World campaign. Attack some more hills, I guess. We're researching AA right now. I mean, we could get. No, I mean it's not really worthwhile. About these other decisions, don't think we can do these. get the head of intelligence. So we are learning a bit more trickster if they're going to attack us from all these angles. That's nice. We picked up a trade interdiction. Go for the raider patrols. The president uncovers the greater business plot. Elizabeth Gurley Flynn and the Attorney General appeared at Congress today to allege that they uncovered a connection between the corporations that supported Huey Long, MacArthur, and the Pacific States. This accusation alleges that the business interests in America were behind the degradation of the civil politics during the Revolution. In the event of either MacArthur, the PSA, or Long winning, the corporations would be the true power behind the presidency. The President has proposed the immediate complete dissolution and expropriation to the state of assets belonging to traitors in this grand conspiracy. Congress is taken aback, with most initially supporting this measure. The list of traitors, however, causes concern amongst certain members of the IWW and AFL. It appears that some of the corporations on the chopping block include large pharmaceutical companies like Merck & Co. Many congressmen worry that punishing the medical profession will harm the life expectancy of the CSA. An alternate proposal for these corporations to be collectivized and the members rehabilitated and let free. Alright, we'll give her a roll here. Oh, I went off the table. Alright, oh, off the table again, man. I'm really fucking this up, aren't I? Rolled a 2. So, a small sacrifice for a future without capitalism. And it's only 500 manpower. We'll get some party popularity. I mean, Big Pharma is like the worst of the corporations, aren't they? Like, why am I attacking the tower? It's not even hills. Maybe we roll back to Metz. Anti-partisan. Go for a passive defense. Mulhouse. Okay. Getting pretty close to Hillfighter, so it's probably more important that we get Trickster. Push out Strasbourg. Some more hills. And some base over ones for there, that's nice. So what do we get over here? Monthly population, stability. Let's go for the industrial unionism. So if we can get a pocket here. This is such an optimistic pocket. You get punished pretty hard for this. Let's start maybe producing a cruiser. No. How is this an escort cruiser? This is definitely not an escort cruiser. I mean, look at that. That's actually a little bit atrocious. Improved cruiser hull. Or the advanced cruiser hull. I don't know if we really need to build advanced though. Looks like we do not have a based improved cruiser hull. What do we get with advanced though? 25550. I mean, I guess like replacing this is like fine though, right? Let's get ourselves. I don't know. We have one anti-air gun. Get that. So some more rapid fire guns, like maybe a torpedo launcher. Go unarmored. Oh, let's actually upgrade our engine. I'll go like that. What do we want? Aircraft designer, ship designer, we get lots of PP. I will just go for status quo right now. Well, I'll save that for later. I mean, we should be learning Trickster off those attacks, so that would be nice. It's a pretty nice pocket for the International, actually. Do that. I think that used to be the art for Marc Augier. It's interesting to see that again, I guess. Keep on doing that. Build intel against the Canadians. Avant-garde film. Avant-garde art forms are not inherently a political tool, but the artists have shown an overwhelming support for the SPA in 1936. From the surrealists in New York's shocking viewers with graphic sex on screen to the Dadaists who challenge the very concept of popular art. As part of this movement, many of the country's thousands of movie theaters have been expropriated to ensure that the work of this caliber is not censored by prudish theater owners. They are brightly painted and carrying on board a printing press, government complaint office, printed political leaflets and pamphlets, library books, and a mobile movie theater. Theaters are part of the new revolutionary government to indicate the values and programs to the scattered populace of America, particularly the rural regions of the country. Make sure the kids don't see the surrealist films. Sounds very sex-phobic. That was another beverage there. 86% to Trickster, not too bad. Looks like we're going to squish all these units here. There's some hills over yonder, so like let's see even hill style we can sit in. Like I am trying to farm out over here as opposed to necessarily just like making the plays that'll make us win. Fall of Petrograd. Okay. But it looks like the Reichspakt is pushing in the north, even though they're losing in the south a little bit. What should we get here? Cruiser production cost is pretty good. I'm not sure if that's what we want right now. We're not really researching air or navy. We could though. We could also research fighters. Let's go for the cruiser production cost, I guess. And we'll get maybe our modern cruiser hull next. No, Smedley Butler is ill. Alright, so we got our air. I said we're going to get Navy next. Let's go ahead and pick up our modern cruiser hull. That's still a ways off, but you know, whatever. We'll go for, or, you know, that's actually a bad choice. Let's go for dispersed industry next level. Give yourself some more military factories. Where we got here? What we got here? There's 60. I know there's an 80s down here. So some 80s. Some yeah, 70s over there. That's actually good. That was a mistake. I misclicked on that, but you know what? That's a 70. There's a 70 over here too. Family Code of 1942. With the social revolution in full swing, Congress has passed the Family Code of 1942. The Family Code is a revolutionary code that is driven by an ideological desire to wither away the capitalist model of the family to be replaced by a socialist model of the familial free unions based on mutual love and respect. Thus, to that end, the code included a number of revolutionary changes. It abolishes all impediments to marriage, the biggest one being the abolition of anti-miscegenation laws. Civil marriage is now the only legal type of marriage. The code establishes no grounds divorce, which both spouses receiving equal division of the property at the time of divorce. Also abolished is the concept of illegitimacy. Now all children are entitled to parental support and equal rights under the law. Furthermore, in accordance with the revolutionary laws regarding the family, adoption of children that were made homeless by the revolution is subsidized. The European concept of free love is still under consideration, as well as decriminalizing homosexual behavior. A committee of sexology led by Magnus Hirschfeld, William Reich, Harry Hay, and Alan Leroy Locke are still locked in debate over how to approach this. The world is changing. But is it changing for the better? That's like a question you have to ask, isn't it? Debates over union membership fees and racism. What sounded like a simple proposition during the revolution, that of abolishing segregation, has run into numerous potholes, starting with the debate over whether union membership fees were inherently discriminatory towards black workers. Evidence on both sides appears inconclusive, and most of the unions that were rejected from the Constitutional Convention have protested in favor of a maximum union membership fee. These protesters claim to be discriminated against based on their race by the openly anti-racist IWW. Then came the Union congressmen from the newly liberated states who are protesting that forcing integration is a violation of their union rights to collectively bargain. Ultimately, the IWW have persevered in Congress and publicly shamed the new congressmen and protesters as reactionaries. Okay, you shall not give in to more racists in disguise. I'm not really sure from that who was protesting what. Like, was the IWW racist or not? Because I thought they were the ones being accused of racism there. Everything's racist. I've learned that from social justice warriors. Everything's racist. Everything's homophobic. So we're all just racists in disguise, aren't we? as the CSA. Art Deco versus modernism. Great. Okay. I really care about this. For most of the 1920s and 1930s, the Art Deco art style was the dominant type of architecture. From coast to coast, buildings were built in the Art Deco way. However, a number of revolutionary architects within the SPA wished to break away from that style and seek a more modernist approach inspired by the designs coming out of France, Italy, or Britain. The AFL have come out in force to counter this art. The AFL have come out in force to counter that Art Deco is an American style that cannot be erased by political whims. The AFL point to Diego Rivera's recent demolition of the Rockefeller Center artwork after his modification of chiseling the faces of Marx and Lenin over Zeus and Thor were decried as being in poor taste. Which style should be supported? Okay, we'll roll. We'll roll here. I've rolled a 5, so it will be modernism. AA gun. We need more rubber. Let's pick that up over here. Let's go for this over here. This gives us industry development decisions. Like maybe that'll be worth something. We'll see. We'll go for the ground support. So I think we've actually picked up Hillfighter now, so we just need Trickster and Panzer Leader. Unfortunately, the more traits you get, the slower you learn them. How many divisions do we have ready to go here? Quite a bit. We don't have manpower for it though. Train a few more. We really need to get to the. We need to end Reconstruction. Is Reconstruction over? Yes, it is. We could actually do one of these things over here. Okay. So you know we're actually going to cancel this focus, and like it's really important that we get rid of that so we can get some improved population. So I will roll a die here. 1 to 3 we will pick professionalize the Continental Army, and then otherwise we'll go Red Guard. I've rolled a 2, so we'll do professionalize the Continental Army. Smedley, oh, fuck! God damn it! This is like we spent all this time trying to like farm this guy, and now he's gonna die in this? Oh, what a waste of time. God damn it. A day of national mourning has been called out amongst the Commonwealth of America as news of the passing of former Field Marshal Smedley Butler was announced by the government this morning. The war hero had checked into the Philadelphia Naval Hospital the month prior, reportedly having been sick for several weeks. But he's on the front line over here, though. But I guess he is sick. I'm not sure if that. I'm not sure if that's by event. Like, you know, that'd be pretty clever if it was, wouldn't it? Reportedly having been sick for several weeks, upon admission, doctors discovered that he had an incurable gastrointestinal condition. In spite of their best care, Butler passed away the following fortnight, surrounded by his loved ones. Having only recently announced his retirement after seeing the end of the Second American Civil War, Butler oversaw important reforms and overhauls to the Second Continental Army, transforming it to a well-organized fighting force that ultimately saw the emancipation of the working class all across the continental United States. His death has rocked the nation to its core, with many in the Army still believing his work and guiding it to be unfinished. At Capitol Hill, a full state funeral was given in commemoration of him, including military honors. The procession, led by fellow Marines who had fought alongside him for many years. His coffin was laid in the state at Capitol Rotunda for 3 days before being buried at Arlington National Cemetery. We need to start the demobilization program. So we've lost our guy. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll have to pick someone else to be fucking in, won't we? Who we got here? Hey, Maurice Rose is pretty good, but I'm pretty sure I want to leave him as Field Marshal. Do we have someone who just has Trickster? Herbert Charles Heike. Robert Hale Merriam. And Koreshi Ord over here. I mean, unfortunately, like all the Panzer guys are reckless, which is, you know, a bit frustrating, isn't it? Go with James. Let's go with James Patrick Mercy over here. I guess. I guess. It's unfortunate. It's a big loss. So Austria decided to intervene in World Creek 2. What are you close to? Engineer. Urban Assault Specialist. Trickster, not really. Let's go for this tile over here. We can pinch some guys off if you're lucky enough. Prisons overflowing with reactionaries. No one could have expected a crime and punishment system would become so overstuffed as to require this decision. The numerous small schisms in the SPA have left our government with its fair share of detractors, as well as the expected resistance. Thousands upon thousands are being fed, clothed, and housed on our dime for their crimes against the people. Our more reform-minded are worried that prisons will be a breeding ground for reactionary thought, so working men should be diverted to work camps. There they will be able to pay back the state for what they stole from the people. Vanguardists believe that we have been too lenient on these traitors and must execute the traitors of the highest standing in the prisons, as rebellion is surely about to come. The Catholic Workers' Movement strongly disagree and claim that exile and life elsewhere is the most Christian thing to do. I don't know. So look, now the Red Terror begins, doesn't it? Right? We got to establish some gulags. Let's give ourselves a roll here. What do we get here? We've rolled a 5. Exile them to Canada and Mexico. Okay, that's unfortunate. It's not nearly as, I mean, you want to go for the gulags meme when you're playing socialists always, right? That's like peak socialism, forcing people to work. For someone else's benefit. Peak socialism. Alright, what do we have over here? Do we really need any of these guys? Let's, probably don't need this anymore after that. So let's go for the School of Maneuver. Sorry, John Oliver, you're fucking out. Maurice Rose is fucking in. John Oliver was important for the time that we needed him, though. Maybe we can get there in time. No, the Germans aren't really grinding there anymore. Boldness and science. From the bold new class of scientists our generation has produced, none can match the imagination of our Oppenheimer and Parsons. Oppenheimer, the ambitious physicist with a connection to the brightest minds of the Internationale, can make the atomic weapon dream a reality. Parsons, liberated rocketry pioneer whose devotion to socialism is only matched by his devotion to advancing rocketry research. Unfortunately, we can only fully fund one of these due to budgetary concerns. Let's give her a roll here. Roll a 5. So we shall liberate the atom, which is good because that's probably a lot better than And you know what? Actually, rocketry technology gets us jets, so I don't know. Look at that. That big encirclement. That's not really a big encirclement, actually, but you know, it's an okay encirclement. Give ourselves the old force attack try. So I guess let that be a warning to you guys. If you plan on playing as CSA, make sure that you don't put too many eggs into Smedley Butler, because you'll just fucking die in your ass. Factory output. I don't know if we need that. Let's start working on the Craft Union Committee. No. Worker self-management. Strasbourg is an urban tile too, which is great. The atomic chain is broken. Okay, so you know what? Actually, what we need to do here is let this one day pass. Let this one day pass, and then we'll. Did that give it to us already? No. So like we'll pick this first, and we'll have this in our pocket for the 1943 nuclear reactor. The atomic chain broken, and international cooperation resulted in fantastic progress on the nuclear weapon. The biggest hurdle came when none of the southwestern states would allow a test of such importance on their land. Due to public knowledge of nuclear radiation, we've had to settle for an old munitions test site in West Virginia. There the test was made, and the entire Internationale celebrated this occasion. Behold the future now! So maybe we should like try and nuke Germany? Do we have like any other bonuses for nukes, so? I don't think so. 40% urban assault specialists, not too bad. Support from the Union of Britain. Today an envoy from the Union of Britain arrived. He brought with him promises of industrial assistance, naval advice, and technological support, along with kind words of administration for our struggle. The capitalists may be strong and fighting us at every turn. With allies such as these, we will best them regardless. Truly, worker solidarity is shining out from the British Isles. Okay? Pretty good. Another pocket year. I guess we can hook ourselves up with some more military factories again. Planes, 38 on planes. We need some more rubbers though. Of course, securing Brazil would also secure a rubber supply, so maybe that's something we want to do. Push into Saarbrücken. Bunch of mechanized. We do have 2.3k Amtraks. Reminds me, like, we're probably also getting close to the time we can get improved Amtraks. So we might actually want Amtrak tanks here. There are a lot of rivers to go over, I guess. We don't have improv experts, so the Amtrak bonus would be quite appreciated. And over here. It took Stuttgart back, those bastards. Luckily, we are still a bit ahead of time with our tanks. Like, that window is fading. But currently they can't pierce us, which is nice. If we could cross here, we could get this pinned by the Swiss border too. I mean, that'd be pretty sick, wouldn't it? Do syndicalist dominance. Fortunately, that naval penalty is like really hurting us. Pushing over here. Alright, so we have industrial development decisions we can do, which probably are actually just like straight up not worth it. Kill some guys here. Fortunately, like, we're not really close to the trades you're looking for in any of these generals. It's like a bit frustrating. But there's not too much you can do about it. And you can grind during the American Civil War, but like ultimately you want to win that war fast. If possible, like as fast as possible. So you can start building up your industry and whatnot again. There. Oh shit, we're gonna get encircled. That's alright. It's alright, we're fine. We're fine. feel like maybe we should just like go to war and take out the Canadians soon. I don't know. I don't know. Let's actually just roll our dice now for foreign policy. What are we going to do? Where are we going to do? So 1 to 3 will be international. 4, 5, or 6 will be we go our own path. I rolled a 5, so we will be going for Free the New World. Resistance to social changes. In an attempt to observe the changes in our society that socialism is building, Congress has approved of a roaming documentary to film the new America, so that the world may know our progress. The film was shown to Congress to shock and revulsion, with scenes of government of propaganda defaced and continued social barring of women from workplaces, and a union representative charging a black worker nearly 5 times the going rate for union membership. The director, King Vidor, has been advised by colleagues to make himself scarce as the reaction is not what he intended. Congress has demanded Vidor to release the names of those films so the crimes can be properly prosecuted. A minority of congressmen came to defend the film, claiming that this shows systematic difficulty in enforcing such revolutionary acts throughout the nation. These unpopular congressmen were ejected from the building. Reactionaries will be dealt with. Speak the truth, and you're a criminal here in the CSA. Toe the party line or else. That's what real freedom means. There's a nice slice. Raider patrols, go for the capital ship raiders. Alright, Cyniclist Dominus, let's go for the next step. Yeah, let's go for Amtrak tanks on these guys, actually. I think it might be a more effective unit. And we'll pull back from the front line until we can reinforce properly. Help us get over rivers and shit, you know? So we'll do Free New World, friendship with Mexico, and we'll start going to war with the Canadians. Even though we do have, I think, some of this, or not, we've cleared that malice, we just have decentralized planning gives us actually even a bonus now, so that's great. So we should have no problems taking out the Canadian menace. Putting on some manpower there. Yeah, we were getting pierced because of the strength factor. Trade mission from the Australasian Union. The government of the Australasian Union has approached us regarding the possibility of a new bilateral trade agreement between our countries. In return for dropping the tariffs in place currently restricting imports, they promise to do the same for American goods. Give her a roll here. 1. Yes, this would benefit us both. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's actually take Mets back. See if we can. Oh, we're both getting pierced now. Let's get hit with that multi-combat penalty. We are shooting down lots of their planes though. What you get next? 1 year for planes, and that's not too bad. Let's get that last radar. Let's see, let's go for a radar, I guess. You know, we actually need that extra, that next amphibious tractor tech. Let's go get that. Rubber. To free the new world. I don't think that's to go anywhere. We're getting the multi-combat penalty too. So we're learning Ranger, that's not too bad. Yeah, 50 factories on planes, building more infantry equipment. Let's maybe get some more on the Alright, so decrypted Germany ciphers. It'll probably be smarter for us, like, if we're gonna try for Mets, we'll come around over here and push in from the other side over here. So we can get the multiple directions bonus and not have to be pushing over a river. That up. I don't know, who else should we work on? Who else are we likely to go to war with? Maybe Argentina. Sell some more military factories. Need some more units there. So it looks like we did ultimately take Metz. We're getting pierced here again too. Not great. It doesn't look like we're gonna be able to break in there. This has been fortunate. Of course, 10-10 is like a pretty heavy weighting. Like, well, it's really 10-9 too. It's pretty heavy weighting in favor of not a tank. So it does lower our armor stat a bit. It looks like we can't pierce now. We've knocked out the anti-tank unit. Alright, Free New World. We'll do friendship with Mexico. Cure for polio. Dr. Jonas Salk has created a cure for polio. This is a miracle cure that many are calling a breakthrough in modern science. The scourge of polio in America will now be forever gone from the minds of Americans. Parents are lining up in droves, health clinics across the country to get the vaccine for their children and themselves. Thank you, Dr. Salk. 5% stability, that's pretty nice. Alright, looks like we are actually going to break through here. Fucking beaut. I thought I was stuck in London. What the fuck? The fuck is this? Alright, we need a... Alright, you're fucking in, James Gressiord. We'll have to go help our British friends over here not die. Alright, we have recaptured London. And New Britain seems to have like a surprising lack of troops in its home island. Luckily we have these tank divisions here, so we should be able to deal with this for Union Britain. Those guys there. The Union Britain is trying to naval invade their own. Why would you do that when they could just land in fucking Hull and attack? I don't know. That's the AI for you, I guess. Union Britain naval invading their own fucking island. Alright, so we cleaned up over there. Of course, once we declare war on Canada, it's going to be like, you know, AI is going to be on their own. That's a scary prospect, isn't it? Oh, looks like we got a pocket over here, though. So let's start and look out for the International a little bit. Industrial research expansion, 2 bonuses for industry. Like, if I would have known that's what that did, I would prioritize that earlier, maybe. Oh well. Let's keep on going down this over here. We'll do War Plan Red. Mexico government has agreed to our offer of a treaty of friendship, perhaps the beginning of a new era of cooperation between our nations. Okay. So you have like all the political power we could like ever want right now. Get the fighter manufacturer. We have the PP, we might as well use it, right? Get ourselves some airfields. We are making lots of planes. Fighters, what should we get next? Like, if we're gonna go for the nuke meme, we should maybe get heavy fighters and the strategic bomber. Let's actually do that. Let's get the heavy fighter and the strat bomber. Or you know what? No, that's silly. Regular fighters will be good enough. We'll go for the strat bomber. B-20 Citadel. Improved Amtrak. Unfortunately, we'll be going to war soon against the Canadians. Like, we will lose these volunteers. Might not matter though. Been a bit dull, just like fucking around with these volunteers for a little bit, you know, and then we're trying to grind Smedley Butler, and Smedley Butler died, so it's like it's been a little bit of a non-productive 2-hour video clip, hasn't it? Oh, we killed one Austrian division. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Go for this. I don't think that's a pocket if we take just that tile. We might be able to get one. We also take Dusseldorf. Yes, we're still having problems being pierced here. So maybe like the 6 mechanized template would be better, but like you don't have the Amtracs, you're gonna have a tough time pushing over rivers. Is the problem. We also don't have an improv expert. Battleships and dreadnoughts. I don't know. We're not making a whole bunch of those. Let's go for maybe the fuel refining. Yeah, let's go for the next radar tech. Pushing this way. We've got Warplan Red. So we can't look to the south just yet. What do we want here? Let's go for the increased military spending, and we will declare war on the vile Canadians. We'll have our guys, I don't know, be Coast Guards. Probably should have done this before I declared war on them, shouldn't I? That's fine. So I guess we go with James Patrick Murphy. And I guess we'll maybe through New England's the easiest way to push. Get ourselves some more planes up. Unfortunately, air experience is a little bit lacking, isn't it? I should have probably recalled the volunteers a little bit earlier too, but that's fine. It's fine. Put 700 planes up over here in the Atlantic, huh? Well, let's go and fight that war. Looks like we have the worst plane though, which is a bit unfortunate. Although for the time being, we are trading pretty well. Some more planes out. It's got Poncho Barnes over here. Let's maybe get her into an air wing. It's like actually 100 size. We will go to New England. You're not trading too badly. I did probably jump the gun on this attack. I was getting a little bit bored there, I'm not gonna lie. So we will push in over here. I'll go ahead and we will try and circle these guys over here on the border. So you get Edward, this is what you get. I guess it's not even Edward, is it? It's fucking King Albert or whatever. Of course, we do have the Amtraks to help us get over some of these rivers. Dockyards, you go with more improved cruisers, I guess. We'll take back New England. Of course, the Entente has like no India or anything, so it's like they're pretty weak. What's their tank count like? 10.2k medium tanks, 2.2k mechanized. Great, so we can just go ahead and do that. Beautiful. Alright, so we have taken Boston. Saw some more cruisers. We need some steel. Let's drop ourselves down to limited exports. Air, what do we have over here? Hope you guys just do air superiority and support our tanks. Hopefully, I don't think there's a white piece event from this scenario, right? I think we just get to kill Canada. They've increased their military spending, so some decentralized planning. Alright, I'll keep pushing, I guess. Military factories, let's go more on to mechanized, maybe. Kill that pocket of guys. We can decrypt someone else's ciphers, I don't know, maybe we want National France. $110 for that only. Ooh, that's a nice pocket. Get a lot of kills there. I got that. We'll get ourselves the nuclear reactor. And we are very close to nuclear bombs. How are we doing here? So we've lost 3K, and we've killed 800,000 Canadians. Like, that's very one-sided. I guess, which might be expected. You guys, I'll send you guys over here to take out Vancouver. Like, Canada's usually like pretty easy to kill. Like, they're not that difficult. You probably have like a decent intelligence advantage on them too. Well, 3.8%, it's not too bad. We at least have it. Final radar attack. Thought we had sent a couple tank divisions over there. Yeah, you two guys. So you're still on the way. Fortunately, Canada is like a pretty big landmass. Makes them a bit annoying to kill. And most of it's also like forests, like other trashy terrain types. Lots of plain style. Alright, so you've taken out Vancouver. And they're now based in Halifax, so... Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, dog fighting experience. Do you want resources? Let's go for the anti-tank. Oh yeah, it does sometimes make mechanized units, and that technology is helpful for dealing with that. Decentralized planning. Let's get the extra tank production. Infrastructure expansion, I mean, maybe. Unfortunately, we can't get war economy, which is a bit unfortunate. Let us not be idiots. We'll just move across this other side of the river before we attack. That we'll go ahead and we'll pick up our modern tank. We'll upgrade our mechanized. Guess we'll probably bring more tanks over here so we can like try and I think after we cap Halifax, probably not gonna be all that much left. I hope. Like if I was smart, maybe I would have ran a collaboration government over here for like when we annex them, get more of their. Like, I guess we don't really need their industry though, so I suppose we'll just go for the puppet. I think we go up to 5 speed here. Looks this is not really a challenge. Starting to have them overruns come in. Alright, so we're gonna take Halifax there. Great. Let's capital that now, Calgary. God, that's annoying. Look, it's like, I fucking hate that. It's like you go to click some other units and like, you're still clicked on to something else and winds up shuffling a bunch of guys you don't want. Nice, we've captured King Albert. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's not great for the Entente, is it? So you can put them on trial for war crimes or something. That's what you do when you win wars. You put your opponents on trial for war crimes. Mackenzie King is in charge over here. And we've taken 14k casualties, and we've killed 1.5 million Canadians. And they're almost dead. Well, I got a peace deal here too. Beautiful, beautiful. We will take all states. And then we will, the Union of Britain is in this peace conference too, aren't they? Sneaky bastards. But we can't take all of Canada, huh? Now, why does Britain have such high war score? Or wait, no, that was we were taking stuff, right? I don't know, maybe I fucked that up. Okay, we'll reset. Canada, what do we want here for Canada? Of course we want New England, obviously.